What's going on, YouTube fam? It's been a minute since I came in here, and I just decided that I'm going to sit down and have a chat with you guys because how long has it been, right? I wanted to come on YouTube when I know that I am ready to put myself back out there. Ignore this. I'm doing a lot of packing for my next step, my next phase. I've always wanted my YouTube to be about me helping people out there, because sometimes I go to YouTube, asking questions, looking for a video that I can relate to. I can remember posting a video about healing from a narcissist relationship, and I can remember my cousin calling me to say, "Oh my God, when are you going to learn your lesson?" But you know how the universe keeps like pushing you to learn a lesson and making sure that you learn it in order for you to go to the next phase. It's like being in a class and you don't pass the exams, and until you pass the exams you cannot graduate. So let's just say this girl was not graduating. I wasn't learning what needed to be learned. So you can hear and learn from my story and not make the same mistakes I made. You're welcome. The process is not sugary. At least I'm better than where I was some months ago. So I think I'm in a better place now to talk about it. But you guys, I'm going to let you in on my journey, my progress, everything that led me to where I am right now. So I got into this relationship that made me feel like, okay, I think I have found it. Okay, this is what it is for me right now. I think I'm finally in the one, because we had chemistry and all of that. Talking from experience right now, I'm going to say that some friendships should just be friendships. But looking back right now, nothing is a mistake, because if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have learned the lessons that I learned right now. The relationship went down a hill to the point where it started to affect my self-esteem. I remember looking back in the relationship and I could see I'll look at videos and pictures of myself of when I was like all bubbly, the girl, popping and stuff, and I just kept on going down, and I don't know when I lost it. And I just know that at some point I was struggling to fake it till I make it. I remember going to my cousin's house in one of the breaks that we had, because we kept on breaking up and coming back together. And I went to my cousin's house, and I can remember her telling me that, "When are you going to stop? I think your problem is the fact that you haven't realized that you can do better." And I was like, that's the thing. I knew that I could do better, but I think subconsciously I hadn't programmed myself to the fact that I could do better. I knew I could do better in theory, but in practical sense, my mind had not grown. You see, sometimes you can know things theoretically, but practically your mind and your body hasn't healed and evolved yet, even with as much knowledge as you know in your head. So there is head knowledge, and then there is you dragging and bringing yourself, your spirit, your soul, your body into that place where it aligns with what you already know. So basically I hadn't gotten there yet, and I just needed to. I was already becoming really pathetic. It was pathetic because she would just look at me and she's like, how are you still going back? So I kept on going back. We'll break up, I'll go back, blah, blah, blah. I was taking it until I had compromised so much that I had let myself down. And I feel like that was when God was like, "You know what, child, I'm going to take you out of this shit. If you're not going to leave, I'm going to take you out." And that was when an opportunity came for me to leave the country, and I left the country and I came to this place. Coming here, when I even came here, I was telling someone recently that, you know, that the person I was talking to when you first met me was my ex. I was still trying to see, oh, how can I make this better? How can I, how can we talk about it? And all along, it's like God was just looking at me like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, you're not going to learn. Sometimes the person that God needs you to leave is going to continue to hurt you and hurt you and hurt you and break your heart and break your soul till you're like, cha, I need to leave. But the thing is, if you don't leave at the beginning, when get that first sign, it's going to be a lot more harder for you to heal, evolve, and get to the next phase. So that's what happened to me. It took me so long for me to decide to leave. So when I eventually left, I can remember sitting down on the stairs and crying and crying and crying my eyes out and my body out. And I remember my friend at the time came to me and she sat down with me and she's like, do you want to tell me what it is? And I couldn't start explaining to her. I just told her that I am mourning. My body and my soul is mourning this person that I had told myself that this is the one, this is the person I'm ending up with, this is the person I'm building a future with, yada yada yada. And I needed to mourn that person and I needed to say goodbye. So that happened. I mourned, I said goodbye. But my body though, my body had deteriorated, my mind had deteriorated, my self-esteem had gone low. I didn't even know that because I was now put in places where I've always wanted to be, meet the kind of people that I always wanted to meet, but I didn't have what it took anymore because all of my self-esteem, my confidence, all of those things were dented. So I was struggling to be myself. I was struggling to, I didn't even know what to do. Like, oh my God, how did I dress? Like, what's my dress sense anymore? Who am I now? Like, girl, why are you not catching up? Like, what is going on? I'll come to places I'm like, how do I act? How do I behave here? Like, I know if I was given this opportunity five years ago, I would have known what to do, be the it girl, everything. But I had lost it. That went, and then I got to another place, and then the same thing happened. And I think this was the point where I realized that it wasn't where I was meant to be, but I was going through a pruning process. Sometimes God puts you through a process of pruning where it's just for you to let go of the old skills of everything that you thought you knew. So I had to lose all that I thought I knew about myself. Everything was a lie. And then I met this friend. Oh, God bless her soul. This person taught me about how to be delusional. I'm going to talk a lot more about being delusional in my channel because that has helped me a lot in this healing process. It's about seeing who you want to become and believing that you're that person until you just have to pull yourself there. I mean, don't be too hard on yourself. Like, be patient. And I had to watch myself like I was watching a little child grow and evolve. I had to watch myself like when I needed to cry, I'll cry. When I needed to bleed, I'll bleed, like cry out my eyes. When I needed to sleep, my God, I would sleep. And little by little, I started to gain myself. And I can remember telling my friend that, the person that I am becoming right now is the person I've always wanted to be. I know what it feels like, but it's scary because I'm like, who is she now? My taste buds changed. My fashion sense, what I liked before, the kind of places I liked to go to, the kind of friends I like to be with, everything just started to change. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm finally healing. I think I need to record this so that I can keep track of my progress and, applaud myself for my progress, because everything about me started to get really, really bad before it started to get better. I'm talking about my weight, my skin. Oh my God, my skin was my skin was breaking out, and I thought it was the weather of this country. It was just everything. It was everything. It was like I was purging. When you're on a particular, I don't know, new skincare routine or whatever, and then you're purging so you can let go. I wasn't really on anything, but I was purging. I was purging, my skin was bad, my body was fluctuating, I was losing, gaining, losing. It was like, what is going on here? But in all of this, I was learning. I was learning to stand by myself. I was learning to be my own best friend. I was learning to say positive things to myself, because it came to a point where I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, who are you? Like, when bounce back, girl, what is happening to you? And I had to learn how to speak more nicely to myself. And basically what I did, which I think you're going to learn so much from this. I think this is going to help, because this helped me a lot. I wrote down affirmations, being grateful for who I already saw myself as. And in those affirmations, I said, I'm thankful for my flawless skin. I'm thankful for my perfect body. I'm thankful for my healthy mind. I'm thankful for freedom. I'm thankful for abundance of wealth and health. I'm thankful for strength. I'm thankful for the freedom to work when I want to work. I'm thankful for, I was beginning to say thanks for what I already wanted to believe, for what I was already believing that I am. That is being delusional 101. And it was like I was manifesting something, and because I was manifesting something, everything that was holding me from getting to that place of manifestation of where I wanted to be began to fall off. I'm talking about the job, the friends, everything started to fall off, and it was like the carpet was pulled out from under my feet. Safety net wear. This is what I have been used to. But then when those things started to leave me, first of all, I was scared. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do next? And then I had 2 days to mourn and cry, because I'm like, I'm losing everything. Then I had to remind myself. And then I went back to those affirmations and I'm like, remember when you're affirming this? I had to continue affirming that I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. And I told myself the next YouTube video I'm going to make about my progress, I'm going to make that video without filter, without foundation, without powder. This is my skin.
Oh my God, as I'm editing this, I can see my skin has improved so much from then. I'm going to make a separate video on everything I did and what brought me here. Yeah.
I don't know how I got here. It makes me so happy, because I remember telling my friend that I want to do these things, I want to create content, I want to put myself out there, but my skin. But at the end of the day, it wasn't just my skin, it was my mindset. My mindset had not caught up, my body had not caught up, and it was reflecting everything. I was just this sad girl. I remember someone telling me, when I first met you, you were sad. And that was when I first came to this country. Like, you were just a sad girl. And I'm just like, bruh, how bad was it? How? Anyway, I am so grateful for what brought me here, all the experiences that brought me here. I think I'm going to sound a little bit cliche when I tell you that, oh my God, you need to be delusional in order to allow things to work. But trust me, write those affirmations. Write those affirmations, girl. Write those affirmations. Say them daily to yourself and trust the process. Trust the process is going to be scary. And I'm also telling this to myself because this next thing is really scary for me, but I'm just reminding myself that this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. Say those affirmations and get that life that you have been wanting to live. It is out there. It's possible. If you can think it, you can be it, girl. It is possible. Trust me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched it till the end, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll keep you guys posted on my journey, on my progress, my next phase, my next chapter. I will let you guys in. I'll take you guys through the process, and hopefully you can learn a thing or two. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.